Hi y'all. Have you ever gone to a Mexican restaurant and had fajitas? They're usually pretty good. Well, I'm going to show you how to do that at home, out on your grill. Hi y'all, Don here with Southern Backyard Cooking. Today's video will be showcasing how we in the South make the best beef fajitas. We're going to be using my grill to do this. We're going to take only 5 steps. One of the things I'd like for you to do, if you like my video, is please subscribe, ring that bell. This will allow you to follow my site and get notifications every time I post a new video. Alright y'all, so our first step is we're going to slice our onions and bell peppers. A lot of people like green bell peppers. I personally don't. I find the yellow and the red are really sweet, whereas the green ones to me are kind of bitter. We're going to use a yellow one, a red one, and a yellow sweet onion. So the first thing I'm going to do on the onion is I'm going to cut the ends off. And then I'm going to just score this a little bit. And I want to take this outside peel, this outside edge of this off. Now I've got an old plastic bag that I'm using to throw all my trash in, so I can just throw it in the trash. So what I want to do on this is I want slices. So I'm just going to cut it right down the middle. Alright, and then I'm going to go about a 1/4 of an inch all the way across. Because then when I break it up, I've got all these slices. And for right now I'm just going to put all this into my aluminum pan. And as you can see, I'm not breaking any of it up or anything like that. I'm just throwing it all in there. And now I'm going to do my 2 bell peppers. The way I do this is I cut it straight across right down the middle. That makes it easy for me just to grab this right there and pull. And that'll take out most of the membrane and all the seeds all in one motion. And then I'm just going to take and I'm going to slice it. What I'm going to do first, I'll cut them in quarters. Now I'm slicing them again about 1/4 of an inch, 3/8 of an inch thick. So I have nice long strips. I'm going to do that with my yellow one and then my red one. Alright, so I've got them all sliced up. Everything's ready to go. I'm just going to kind of mix them up a little bit. I don't care how well they're mixed or anything. What I'm going to do on the grill is I'm going to use my cast iron skillet, and I'm going to be cooking all this in my cast iron skillet. Alright, hi y'all. Back here. Got my vegetables ready to go on the grill, but the grill's not quite hot enough yet, so I'm going to prepare my meat. I've got a little bit of skirt steak, and as you can probably see, it's about 1 inch thick. That's too thick to cook, so we're going to slice that down. One of the things you notice, I have a white cup towel here, or rag, whatever you want to call it. My wife really gets on me for using her towels versus my grilling towels. So she made all the white ones my towels, and she bought blue ones for the kitchen, so I don't have to worry about it. I know if I grab a white towel, they're mine and I'm not going to get yelled at. So anyway, we're going to take our skirt steak, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slice right down the middle. And there we go. We got 2 of them. They're about the same thickness. This will really work well for grilling. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is I have a Fajita Seasoning Rub that I put on these. The recipe will be down below, so make sure you look on there and you'll be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just coat it pretty good. I have a trusty glove, and the reason I have this is so I can put it on and I don't get all of this all over me. So I'm going to actually rub it into the meat. Pat it in and rub it into the meat. This is going to give it a lot of flavor. That's one thing I see a lot of times in Mexican restaurants is when we get fajitas, the meat is good, but it really doesn't have that much flavor because they don't season it. So we want to make sure we have some seasoning on it. This particular rub I've used, and I only use this for fajita, either chicken or beef, either one. I don't use it for other things. One of the things I have in it is a little bit of chili powder. I like it hot and spicy. My wife doesn't. And the recipe below kind of goes along with that. It's not really spicy. What I would normally do if it was just me or people like me that like it nice and spicy is I would double the amount of chili powder in this. But I've got this ready now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cook the vegetables first, and then I'll cook the meat here, the skirt steak. Alright y'all, my grill is now up to a little over 300. I like it to be around 350 when I'm cooking. So I'm going to go ahead and take my skillet, cast iron skillet, put a little oil on the bottom, just enough to cover it, and I'm going to put it right in the middle and start it to get hot. You give it about 2 or 3 minutes, and then I'm going to put all of my veggies in there, start cooking them. Now when I'm cooking my veggies, what I'll do is put them in there, give it about a minute, and then I'll go in with my spatula and I'll move them around, make sure they're all getting cooked. The one thing I have to make sure that happens is I have to make sure my onions get a lot of heat. My wife is very allergic to raw onions. Cooked, warmed up, they're no problem. It's just when they're raw. Alright y'all, I've had a couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put my vegetables in. Get my spatula because I don't want them to splash and go everywhere. Sometimes I drop some like I just did, and I want to throw them back in the skillet. And as you can see, that is a skillet full, but they'll cook down somewhat. Alright y'all, my veggies are just about done. I'm going to put them in aluminum pan. So I got my trusty Eco glove on. This is rated up to about 450 degrees, so it's real easy to pick up the skillet and dump the veggies right on out. Now I want to make sure I get them all off of here. I'm just going to set that right over there. You can see nice and cooked. What I'm looking for in cooking is I want the bell peppers to be soft, the onions just starting to turn translucent. So now I'm going to put my steaks on the grill. I'm not on direct heat. I'm just a little off because the center of my grill gets very, very hot. Even though right now I'm about 350 degrees, so I'm cooking it just off the center, but I want to get a good sear, and I'm only going to leave it on about a minute and a half. Again, mine were about 3/8 to ½ inch thick, so I want a minute and a half, and then I'm going to turn them a quarter of a turn, another minute and a half, and then I'm going to flip them over and do the same thing. And what I want when I'm fully cooked is I want to be at 135 degrees. Alright, while I have my steaks cooking, I'm going to cover with these nice aluminum pans. One of the things about all the accessories and equipment that I use, you'll find them down below, a link to them to where you can get what you need or what may help you out in your grilling or cooking experiences. Alright y'all, I've already rotated them a quarter of a turn. Now it's time to turn them. So again, all I'm going to do is take them and turn them over. You got good grill marks on there. Another minute and a half, I'll quarter turn them, and then we'll start checking for temperature. Alright y'all, it's been another minute and a half. Let's check the temperature. I want somewhere 135, 140 degrees. So let's see where we're at. That's 138. We should be good. So what I'm going to do is pull them. And I'm going to put them right here on my cutting board. And the way these are, the grain runs this way. You can actually see the grain. So for me, I'm going to cut these about this right here. And you can see just a little pink on the inside. That might be just not quite done enough for my wife. So I might have to put them back on there a little bit longer. Yeah, this one is about perfect though. All right, folks. Now that I've got it pretty well cooked, I'm going to I want to cut them against the grain. The main reason I cut against the grain is then that is harder to cut, but what it does is eating, it's so much easier to eat. It just kind of falls apart. I'm going to put a little bit here on my tortilla. I'm going to grab me some of this onion and bell pepper. The only thing I'm probably going to miss on this is I don't have any sauce in it, but we're going to try it out, see how it tastes. Oh man, the meat is really good. The onions and bell pepper top it off great. So everything is perfect. It's a real easy cook. All right, guys, we're all finished. Wanted to let you look at how I have it all set in here. Got the steak right up on top of the bell peppers and onions, all ready to serve. I'm going to keep it covered, and we've got about an hour before we're going to eat. So I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm going to set the oven low at like 140 degrees just to keep it warm. I hope you liked my video today. If you do, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell. That way you get all notifications for any time I have a new video posted up. And we'll see you next time.